today I'm going to talk to you about why you need to improve your emotional intelligence, or EI for short. You may have heard of emotional intelligence. It's lately been one of these buzzwords, oh, your EI, your emotional intelligence. But actually, there's something important about it. Did you know that the World Economic Forum considered emotional intelligence as the sixth most important skill that is critical for the fourth industrial revolution and the skills that are needed from 2020 and onwards? It's even considered higher than judgment skills, decision making, interestingly. So what is EI? Emotional intelligence is, in layman's terms, is the ability to be able to identify and manage your emotions as well as the emotions of others. Now, I'm not a mental health expert, but as I've just mentioned, it's critical for for being successful in this new industrial revolution. And because I'm really passionate about personal leadership, I cannot ignore the importance of emotional intelligence. I'm sure you've met several people who just don't seem to be able to control their emotions, right? Kind of unstable. They're not able to also be sensitive to other people's emotions or recognize that, particularly in the workplace. You may even be struggling with that. So it's important to be aware or even learn about what that is. Not necessarily becoming an expert in it, but at least being able to understand it and learn how you can improve that. There are also several aspects to emotional intelligence. One is around self-management. So being able to manage, control, and adapt your emotions, moods, and responses. Also self-awareness, where you are aware of how you're feeling and you can actually communicate that. Are you sad? Why are you sad? Are you happy? Why are you happy? Are you nervous? Why are you nervous? Things like that, and being able to identify that within yourself and even those around you, at work, being able to understand something is going on here. It could be, positive or negative. Also, an aspect of motivation is motivation, because emotional intelligence is going to help you to become motivated to be able to accomplish the skills or the skills or the goals that you've set for yourself. So commanding yourself to do something and knowing that, I have to incorporate this particular emotion to be able to complete what I've set for myself. It's also extremely important in social skills, being able to build relationships, because you're able to understand other people's perspectives, see what's going on with them, and sense how they're feeling, which is why it's very important. Now, why is it important? Or where are areas that it's important? The first is around your physical well-being. If you're not able to control your emotions or even aware of that, it could lead to upswings. Today you're up, tomorrow you're down, which is why, from research, leads to depression. You are not able to manage that or be in touch with how you're feeling and being able to do something about that. It also helps your mental well-being, so both your physical and your mental well-being. And of course, your relationships, right? I know several people who are not able to manage their emotions, and so they're just not very good to be around. By the time you've been with them, you just feel drained. Those are people who have a very low emotional intelligence and not aware of that. And it's also been discovered that Obviously, having a positive emotional intelligence leads to a better physical well-being. You feel happy, you feel good, you're able to control that. Of course, there are times when I'm not feeling quite good about this, and then you know what to do about it, as opposed to not even being aware and you're wondering what's going on with you. Of course, it helps in your relationships, right? You're able to manage that even much better, manage yourself better, and manage other people, right? To be able to have healthy relationships. And last but not least is conflict resolution. This is so important. Why is it important? Because then you're able to, you're in a better position to resolve conflicts that inevitably happen because you're in a relationship. So both family relationships, both work relationships, you're able to, because you can identify the other person or people's emotions, you're able to develop the skill to resolve conflicts. And conflicts is a natural part of life. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about how you can improve your emotional intelligence. So I have talked about areas where emotional intelligence is vital. One, in your physical well-being. You know, if you're not high, if you're very low and always feeling sad, it can trigger all sorts of illnesses. So that's one. Then your mental well-being, right? And then relationships, being able to have healthy relationships, and then being able to resolve conflicts. So how would you rate your emotional intelligence on a scale of 1 to 10? Do you think you're a 2, a 5, or 10? You're upbeat, and not necessarily always upbeat, right? But at least knowing, where you are and being able to resolve negative emotions that you may be experiencing. What do you think? Before I share the video of how you improve your emotional intelligence, what are ways you think? How do you think you can improve your emotional intelligence? That's a question for you. Post that below and I'll comment on that. If you are not getting my personal leadership emails, you can also, I would love to send them to you, and you can do that by sending me an email with your email. Then I can send that to you on a regular basis. The feedback I get is excellent. From that, it always appears that I am speaking up around a particular issue that people may be struggling with in that week. So I hope this has been helpful. Let me know if you liked it, and if you don't, I also want to know, because that helps me become even better in what I do. So while you're working on being successful in your life, I encourage you to also endeavor to live a significant life. Until then, take care and talk to you later.